Tonight's candidates were nominated by clubs and sports, and the winners were voted on by the student body. Tonight's first candidate this evening is Chassie Baker. She is the daughter of Josie Weicker and Chris Baker. She was nominated by SCCLA. Chassie says her favorite memory of PHS is going to football games with friends. After graduation, she plans to attend the nursing program and pursue travel nursing. Her escort this evening is Mackay Ball, son of Lena Ball. Next up, we have London Bowman, daughter of Levi Bowman and Trisha Robb. She was nominated by the Library Club. Her favorite memory of PHS was the football games. London plans to go to college and become a veterinarian after she graduates. Corbin Harris, son of Calvin Harris and Chantel Becker, is her escort. Vikings cheerleaders chosen Perla Casino as their candidate. Perla is the daughter of Socorro Castillo and Luis Casino. Perla's favorite memory of PHS is going to Black Wall Street with CAMB and getting to know small businesses. After graduation, she plans to attend college and study cosmetology. Adrian Ortiz is Perla's escort this evening. He is the son of Maria and Jose Ortiz. Andrea Chapman, daughter of Kelly Chapman and Frank Chapman, is our next candidate. Andrea is nominated by band. Her favorite memory of PHS was going to state forensics. After graduation, Andrea plans to go to law school. Aubrey One, daughter of Eric and Maurice One, is Andrea's escort. Kelsey Fitzgerald is representing Key Club. She is the daughter of Jeremy and Sarah Fitzgerald. Kelsey says her favorite memory of PHS is having Spanish with friends and being head of prom committee. After graduation, her plan is to get her associate degree in LCC. Let me start that again. After graduation, she plans to get her associate's degree at LCC. Kelsey is being escorted by Landon Swaffer, son of Jessica and Dan Swaffer. Our next candidate this evening is Angie Bloru. She is the daughter of Patricia Peasy and was nominated by the soccer team. Angie says she doesn't really know what her favorite memory of PH is now since she just got here. She says that after graduation she'll be going back to France, but may come back to the U.S. for college. Her escort is Chandler Henson, son of Crystal and Mike Henson. Our JAG-K candidate is Calissa Kelly, daughter of Dixie Surratt. Calissa's favorite memory of PHS is spending time with Jose Boda and Robert Craig Parker Jr., the third senior. She plans to get into real estate due to construction after she graduates. Jose Boda, the third, is Calissa's escort this evening. He is the son of Jose Boda Picasso. Next week candidate Karen is the daughter of Nicole Hickman and Logan Warcock. She was nominated by the D&E Club. She says she loves looking forward to and being a part of music every year. Excuse me, musical every year. After graduation, she plans to go wherever life takes her. Karen Escott, escort, is Makia Lawrence, daughter of Heather and Zach Cook. Skylar McDaniel, daughter of John McDaniel and Kimberly Gruber, is our next candidate. Skylar was nominated by National Honor Society. She said her favorite memory of PHS is going to Kansas City with the SCCLA and having a training class for the friends. After graduation, Skylar plans to attend LCC to get her bachelor's associate's degree and then attend Penn State. Her escort is Brock McDaniel, son of John McDaniel and Kimberly Gruber. Isabella Nunez was nominated by Hosa. She is the daughter of Jorge and Destiny Nunez. Her favorite memory of PHS is going to the games with her friends. Isabella plans to go to college to further her education after she graduates from PHS. Sean Banyan, son of Kim and Willow Banyan, is her escort this year. Our next candidate, queen this evening, is Selah Ray, daughter of Jessica and Wolfman Boyd. Selah was nominated by the volleyball team. Her favorite member of PHS is all of the friends she has made along the way. Her plans after graduation are to tag to go to college and maybe volleyball. Selah's escort is Connor Parsons, son of Rob and Kendra Parsons. Viking Media's candidate for homecoming queen is Sequoia Reese, daughter of Cypress Jones. When asked what her favorite memory of PHS is, Sequoia said media class. After graduation, she plans to go to school to get her bachelor's in photography and videography. Khalid Abdul Latif is her escort. Anaya Ryan Harris is nominated for the tennis team. Anaya is the daughter of Marcy Ryan and Larry Harris Jr. She said her favorite memory of PHS was the night before state tennis with all teammates. After graduation, she plans to attend KU as a young pharmacist. Today's escort is Mason Morris, son of Miranda Grinnell and Scott Morris. Our final candidate for homecoming queen is Avery Yeoman, daughter of Karen Garr. Avery's favorite memory of PHS is her Viking Media class with Mrs. Kendricks. After graduation, her plans to join the Army and become a combat vet. Deshaun Pleasant, son of Kia Logan, is her escort. Next up, we got our middles this evening. First, we have Marlena. Marlena is a 4-year-old kids preschool in Lincoln. She is the daughter of Andrew Long and Laura Allison. Marlena loves all things paw patrol. She also enjoys playing outside and helping her mom cook. When she grows up, she's going to be a mermaid. Lewis, son of Mackenzie and Tyler Gordon, is 4 years old and attends pre-K at Lincoln. His hobbies include riding his bike, wrestling, and jumping on the trampoline. When he grows up, he wants to be a firefighter. Next, we have Delilah Green and Jackson Hogan. 6-year-old Delilah is in kindergarten in Lincoln. Her parents, Dexter and Katie Queen. Her hobbies include playing with princesses, playing outside, and spending time with her family. She wants to be a ballerina when she grows up. Jackson is age 3, the son of Keaton and Olivia Logan, and attends preschool in Lincoln. He likes playing football, watching movies, and hanging out with his brothers. He wants to be a construction worker when he gets older and grows up. Next up, we have Leah Hodge and Miles Holting. Leah is 5 years old and is in kindergarten in Lincoln. Her parents are Brittany and Edward Hodge. Leah likes to play sports, hang out with her sisters, and do anything outdoors. When she grows up, she wants to be a doctor. Miles is 5 years old and also in kindergarten. His parents are Keaton and Olivia Holting. Miles enjoys playing basketball and baseball and hanging out with his friends. When he grows up, he also wants to be a firefighter. At this time, help me welcome and introduce last year's homecoming royalty, our princesses, Mia Hetlinger and Keandre Khalid. Last year's homecoming queen is Giselle Palmer. Spirit Club would like to thank Parsons Fine Jewelry and All Seasons Floral for the crowns and flowers for this evening. Now, for the moment we've been waiting for, our 2024 homecoming royalty. Our first princess, Sequoia Reese. Our next princess, Angie Boru. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce the 2024 Parsons High School Homecoming Queen, Selah Ray.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the four-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
Bowen Pharmacy supports the Parsons Vikings here, and here, and here. It's our goal to keep you covered. At Bowen Pharmacy, we give no excuses for you not to make it to the game. And it's always a great day to be a Viking.
Labette Community College is meeting the need for an increased demand in qualified radiographers. Our radiography students will train on the latest technology in a hospital simulation environment.
I wanted to be able to go into a career where I could help people, and if you're going to go into that field in this part of the four-state area, LCC is the only place to come.
Tuition is nearly half the cost of universities. Scholarship and financial aid available for those who qualify. Text radiography to 620-293-6671 for more information or visit labette.edu.
Life is about movement, and the human body is like any high-performance machine. When miles add up, parts wear down, and that's when pain begins, and here's where it ends. At Labette Health, our nationally recognized orthopedic and sports medicine surgeons use advanced techniques to reduce recovery times and relieve pain for miles to come. Feel like new again at Labette Health in Parsons, Kansas. For more information, go to labettehealth.com.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
Life is about movement, and the human body is like any high-performance machine. When miles add up, parts wear down, and that's when pain begins, and here's where it ends. At Labette Health, our nationally recognized orthopedic and sports medicine surgeons use advanced techniques to reduce recovery times and relieve pain for miles to come. Feel like new again at Labette Health in Parsons, Kansas. For more information, go to labettehealth.com.
Bowen Pharmacy supports the Parsons Vikings here, and here, and here. It's our goal to keep you covered. At Bowen Pharmacy, we give no excuses for you not to make it to the game. And it's always a great day to be a Viking.
With you at Marvel Park, Vikings hosting the undefeated Frontenac Raiders tonight, 2024 homecoming game for PHS. Tony, before the break, we had mentioned how points at times have been hard to come by for the Vikings this year, but a name that we're hoping can stay healthy and really kind of jumpstart that offense, sophomore running back Dakari Jones.
Yeah, he was impressive last week, Scott. I haven't seen that kind of speed and agility at a running back this year, really. I mean, Henson and Kendrick are both, kind of bruiser runners. Jones is going to be the same way, but he had some cut moves, Scott. I mean, I know we were playing Baxter, but, man, he had some moves that, it looked like you were watching a college running back.
That's
out
impressive.
there running.
And you're talking about a high school sophomore.
And he's got good size. So, I mean, if he can stay healthy, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing him run the ball.
Yeah.
A good dose of him running the ball, and then, do some play action with him too if we can get the run game going. And, you never know. Maybe we can score some points on Frontenac. But like we said earlier, they had 0 points allowed the first 2 weeks and only 8 in each of the last 2 weeks. So they're pretty stingy.
Yeah, they're always a tough out. There's been a couple of years where I felt like the Vikings were equal or maybe even a little bit better than Frontenac, and it
every year
just doesn't work out. I remember, about a 38-yard field goal by Frontenac to win it late in the fourth quarter a couple of years ago. So, but Vikings will be in their home uniforms, gold helmets, gold pants, blue shirts, Frontenac in their traveling black and white, and hopefully the Viking defense, which has been pretty solid this year. I know they've given up some points, like to the prep school from KC and everything, but all in all, they've been what's kind of held the team together.
Yeah.
Has been that defensive unit,
Yeah,
and I know a lot of these kids play both sides of the ball, but to keep it close tonight, the defense is going to have to play very well.
Yeah, and again, I'm stressing on the run game, Scott,
Yep.
but we have to run the ball to run the clock
Yep.
to shorten this game, because the more possessions you give Frontenac, the more opportunities they have to score. And I honestly, that game against the KC Christian, I feel like that's where a little bit we went wrong, is if we would have been able to have a running game in that game, because the first 6 possessions of Kansas City was negative yards. Our defense was playing outstanding.
Yeah.
And then a few players got hurt, and after a while you're just going to get tired. I mean, naturally. I mean, we talked about it off the air. When Fort Scott was here in week 2, they had 9 possessions in the entire game, and then Kansas City Christian gets 10 possessions in one half. You're gonna. It's like playing a full game in a half.
Yes, it is.
Essentially on defense. So, it's just one of those things that if you can't have the balanced run pass, you're going to struggle.
Yeah.
So I mean,
hopefully the Vikings can strike some balance tonight, and I agree with you 100% that best case scenario is to be able to get that ground game established early and make that Frontenac, that stingy defense of Frontenac, have to respect the run, and then maybe you can open some things up with the passing game with the play action. But right now the captains are out at the 50-yard line, waiting to see who's going to win the coin toss.
It looks like we got Mackay Ball, Bryson Yeoman, Wyatt Schultz, and DeMonta Kendrick, the captains out there for – man, Scott, Wyatt Schultz last week went crazy.
Yeah, he had a big game.
He has that potential, and as I'm sitting there watching this game last week, the only person I could think that would run those routes is Tanner Barkis.
Yeah.
Remember how Tanner Barkis used to run those little routes? And Wyatt's about that size, and he's strong, just like Tanner was. And man, it was just like it was like a flashback to when Tanner used to run those routes. And I was so impressed with the way Wyatt caught the ball, and the run after the catch was amazing. So, he showed a little bit of that in those first few weeks, but really last week it all came together, and hopefully we can see some of that tonight.
Looks like the Vikings, Tony, won the opening toss, and they elected to defer to the second half. So we're just a minute or two away from the start of our 2024 homecoming contest. Vikings will be kicking off to Frontenac. Again, if you're joining us late, the Raiders 4-0 on the year. Vikings only 1-3, but Tony, that one was a district game. So they're undefeated, 1-0 in district, and that's when you get to the end of the year, that's all that matters.
And I want to say, in the 4 district games, Scott, we have, I think, 2, possibly 3 that we should win. So I mean, this game isn't over yet, but I mean, the Vikings, if they play like they did last week, they could shock Frontenac. We get Corbin Harris back tonight.
Yep.
We got Breland Summers back tonight. Still without Nasir Haygood. I'm not sure how long he's out, but we get a couple players back from injury. Chandler Henson was very limited last week, but he is suited up, so there's potential we may see some Chandler Henson tonight. So get some guys healthy, you never know.
Frontenac will send Camden Ishimura. Did I say that right?
Yep, Ishimura.
Ishimura. That's a Frontenac family.
Yep.
They've seen a couple of those come through. Ishimura back at about the 10-yard line.
Big thing is getting Corbin Harris has been kicking, so we're getting him back as the kicker as well.
Hopefully Frontenac will come into this contest a little overconfident. We'll see. This will be an end-over-end kick headed toward the sidelines and out of bounds. Ishimura picks it up, but can give pretty good field position to the Raiders right off the bat. Pretty warm evening here at Marvel Park. We're in
not
the
much wind.
mid-80s. Yeah, not much wind at all. We'll drop back into the 70s by the end of the night, but pretty warm for an October football game. We're going to set the ball at the 35-yard line after the opening kick went out of bounds. Frontenac will open up. I formation. Quarterback goes under center, and it's a running play over the left side, and a nice pickup across the 40 to about the 41. Brogan Smith, the sophomore quarterback for the Raiders. So that was a gain of 6 on first down, 2nd and 4 for Frontenac, just underway at Marvel Park. Smith takes the snap. It's another running play. Vikings stuffed that one, but we have
a
flag coming in. Was that from the back judge?
Yeah.
That threw that?
It's going to be on Frontenac, I think.
No, it looks like they're getting ready to, as a face mask. That's what I was afraid of.
Nope, it's on the Vikings.
Yeah, it's going to be a 15-yard. No, fortunately, just a 5-yard mark off. Still going to be enough for the first down. So already out near midfield for the Raiders, 1st and 10 from the Viking 47. Wyatt Frazier, senior wide receiver, trots onto the field. I formation again, Jacob Murphy. He's also just a sophomore. He's the fullback. Quarterback Smith takes the snap. They give it to the tailback. He kicks it to the outside, and he's got a nice gain. It's going to be a first down. He tried to go over left tackle, and then he had to bounce it outside, and he found the edge, and he had enough for a first down. So Frontenac keeping the ball on the ground early. They have it 1st and 10 from the Viking 41-yard line, 11:03 to go in our opening quarter. Grant Nickel will come out to the near side. Frontenac stays in the I formation. They give it to the fullback this time, and he is stood up after a gain of about 3 or 4. I'm going to spot the ball right around the 37-yard line, it looks like, so gain of 4.
Already 20 yards rushing for Frontenac.
Yeah, they're doing what we're hoping the Vikings are able to do, and that's come out and establish a ground game. And Jacob Murphy, the fullback. Smith, the quarterback, takes the snap, gives it to the tailback, coming to the near side this time, and gets wrapped up and taken down.
Still about a yard or 2 gain.
That was Summers on the tackle for the Vikings. Ball spotted at the 34. This will be 4-down territory most likely for the Raiders, depending on what happens here on 3rd and about 3. Again, Grant Nickel comes split to the near side. Smith, quarterback, under center, takes the snap, gives it to the fullback again. He carries a couple of Vikings and then gets shoved backwards. He'll get forward progress for about a yard, and that'll bring up 4th and short. And what do you think, Tony? They'll definitely go for it.
100%.
Do you think they're going to keep it on the ground, or do you think we'll see him put it in the air for the first time?
I don't see him doing anything but running right now.
I agree. Ball spotted at the Viking 33. It is 4th and 2. 9:15 to go in the opening quarter. Tied at 0.
Senior Wyatt Frazier, wide receiver, running into the game, and he split out on this near side.
Brogan Smith, sophomore quarterback, looks over the defense, takes the snap. They give it to that fullback, and he's going to plow ahead. A strong run for the first down inside the 30 down to about the 27 or 28-yard line. Just good old-fashioned power football on this opening drive by the Raiders.
Yeah, the Vikings' defensive line did really well last week. Lee Quincy, for sure, like last week, was just all over the place. But we need to have him step up here.
Smith under center, takes the snap, gives it to the tailback, and he has a gain inside the 25 before being wrapped up around the 23 or 24.
Yeah, that was Whithun.
It was Murphy on the carry, I believe.
Was it Murphy?
Let's see.
I got this pole in my way.
Yeah, it's the good old Marvel Park support posts. 2nd down and 4 for the Raiders. Smith takes the snap, gives it to the first man through. He stood up and pushed backwards. From what I could see, probably no gain maybe.
There.
Oh, look, they're even, well, the gentleman with the yard, the down marker, was taking it all the way back.
I don't know what he was doing.
He just went back to where the play ended as opposed to going where the forward progress was. So we're having a hard time seeing where the ball is, but I think it's about 3rd and 4, maybe 3rd and 5 from the 23-yard line. Again, I formation for the Raiders. Vikes showing like a run blitz, and it's going to be close to a 1st down on a run around the left side. Withun on the carry. He's a senior running back. And it is going to bring up 4th and short. They just gave it to the big fullback last time, and he had no trouble plowing forward for about 3 or 4 yards. This is 4th and about half a yard, yeah. Brogan Smith gets the Raiders up to the line of scrimmage. 6:42 to go in quarter number 1. It's a quarterback keeper and an easy 1st down, as so far Frontenac has been dominant at the point of attack. They are winning at the line of scrimmage on this opening drive, and they will have it 1st and 10 from the Viking 12. Clock stops momentarily, 6:38 to go in quarter number 1. Frontenac started this drive back on their own 35, and they have just methodically moved the ball down the field. No passing. They have kept it on the ground the entire drive.
About 45 yards unofficially on the ground already.
Brogan Smith under center takes the snap, gives it to Murphy, and he
not much there.
Got away from the initial tackler, but yeah, not much there at all. A yard at the most. I'm going to spot him just inside the 11. Frontenac can get a 1st down, but they've got to get down to around the 2-yard line. 2nd down and 9. Smith takes the snap. Toss play coming to the near side. Withun on the carry. He's very patient, waiting for a hole to open up, and he dives forward inside the 5, down to around the 4. Gonna bring up 3rd and about 3 yards to go for the Raiders. Clock continuing to tick down. We're at 5 minutes and 15 seconds to go here in our opening quarter. This is the opening drive of the game. Frontenac's had the ball over half of the 1st quarter already. Brogan Smith looks over the defense, takes the snap. Oh, big hole on the left side. Withun at the goal line. Ball pops free, but they're going to call it a touchdown. The ball popped free, but it was after he crossed the goal line. So I believe that was Withun on the carry. And just like that, it is Frontenac jumping on top of Parsons, 6-0, 4:56 to go in quarter number 1. Frontenac will attempt the point after. Snap is good. Kick is on the way. And it is good. 4:56 to go in our opening quarter. It is Frontenac 7, Parsons 0. We'll be back with the kickoff in 30 seconds. You're listening to Viking Football on B93.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Experience modern eye care.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
50 yards all on the ground. They started at the 35, got that 15-yard face mask penalty.
Yep.
So 50 yards, every inch of it on the ground. And I mean, if we're not able to stop it, I don't see them passing at all.
Right.
I mean, there's no need to.
Frontenac has the ball teed up at the 40-yard line. It's a high end-over-end kick, fielded at the 15-yard line. Coming to the near side by Ball at the 30, 35. Nice return. He's at the 40, slips down, and line of scrimmage will probably be around the 37. Lost a couple of yards there at the end. But a nice return and decent field position for the Vikings for their first possession of the night.
Yeah, I think that's the first time I've seen Mackay Ball back to receive a punt or a kickoff. So last week it was Smart and Schultz. So that's an impressive run.
So the Viking offense out for the first time tonight. Trey Logan in the pistol, takes the snap. Oh, the busted play right off the bat. And he's going to make something out of nothing. He plows forward to the 40-yard line. He turned one way, the running back went the other. And then somehow Logan was able, instead of losing 5 yards, he gains about 2 or 3. That was impressive, Tony.
Yeah, that was a good heads-up play by Trey Logan there.
Kind of an ominous beginning when you're not on the same page on the first play of the game. So 2nd down and 7 for the Vikes. Logan takes it. Running play. And there was one of those cuts I think you were talking about, Tony. A nice little pickup by Dakari Jones.
That's about a 5-yard gain there, Scott.
Yeah, I thought he got to the 45. They're going to spot him at the Viking 44. And that'll bring up 3rd and about 3.
Be interesting to see if Vikings do a little play action and have maybe Logan roll out here and try to hit a receiver.
Yeah, we're having trouble either with a shoelace or a knee brace for one of the Viking players. I can't.
Demyas Johnson. He had that ACL back in basketball season last February, and he come back week 2 or 3?
I believe so.
Yeah, he came back a little bit earlier than I think Coach Scheibe thought, and so far I think he's been doing okay.
3:42 to play in quarter number 1. Joining us late, Frontenac drove 65 yards on their opening possession. They lead at 7-0. Here we go, 3rd and 3 for the Vikings from their own 44. Logan. It's a running play right up the middle. It's a first down. Jones gets hit hard, but not until he got the first down near midfield. We will spot him just across the Viking 48-yard line.
Yeah, and I'm surprised with that play call, but that's the trust that they have in Jones to pick that up, Scott.
Yeah, that's a good sign for the Vikings going forward. We have 3 receivers now to the near side. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. Instead, we have a flag.
It's got to be a false start.
Going to have to be on the offense.
Something.
False start, and it'll back the Vikings up 5 yards. So now back to around the 43-yard line. 1st and 15 coming up for the Vikes.
Yeah, we can't afford, when we're playing a team as disciplined as Frontenac, those penalties like that can really kill a drive, especially, we just picked up a good first down, and now it's 1st and 15. So going to have to get some passing plays going.
Wyatt Schultz, one of 3 receivers over here on the near side, and they give it to Schultz on a quick hitter, and he gets around
Close
the
to that 5
first
yards
would-be
back.
tackler and then got about 4 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd and long for the Vikings. 2nd and 11 coming up for the blue and gold. Clock on the move, 2:40 to go in our opening quarter in homecoming night here at Marvel Park. Frontenac leading this one 7-0. And the Vikings will send 3 receivers, including Jason Smart, to the far side. There's the snap. It's a running play. Jones, nice cutback. And then he plows ahead and then gets stood up by about 4 Raiders. But yeah, Tony, I see what you were talking about. You were bragging on him, before we went on the air, and yeah, looks like he's going to be an exciting running back for the Vikings.
I was pleasantly surprised last week whenever he started running the ball. I'm like, where did this kid come from?
Yeah, just a sophomore.
Yeah, he's good.
3rd and 6 for the Vikes from the Frontenac 47. Logan from the pistol. Gives it to Jones again. This time he's going to break a couple of tackles, but still be short of the first down. But, yeah, to have that kind of agility coupled with what seems to be quite a bit of power is a rare thing. And even though he's short of the first down, it's manageable if the Vikings want to go for it.
100%.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Vikings be aggressive going up again. They're pretty big underdogs tonight, and it's 4th and about 2.5, maybe 3 yards.
Yeah, Coach Martinez out there sending in a play.
So we'll see.
Scott, 2 plays ago, there was 3 receivers out there, and there was only 2 defenders. I don't know if you noticed that.
Now a timeout is going to be called by the Vikings. They want to talk it over. Exactly 1 minute to play in the first quarter. Raiders lead at 7-0. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is Viking football.
Life is about movement, and the human body is like any high-performance machine. When miles add up, parts wear down, and that's when pain begins, and here's where it ends. At Labette Health, our nationally recognized orthopedic and sports medicine surgeons use advanced techniques to reduce recovery times and relieve pain for miles to come. Feel like new again at Labette Health in Parsons, Kansas. For more information, go to labettehealth.com.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
So a big moment early in this ball game. Vikes are going to go for it on 4th and 3 from the Frontenac 44-yard line. Vikings trailing at 7-0. Trey Logan from the pistol. Put a man in motion, and now the Vikings may have to punt because they are guilty of a penalty, I believe. The Vikings were trying to draw Frontenac off sides to get a cheap first down. Instead, it's going to be a false start on the Vikings, and that's after a timeout.
Wow.
Tony.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because, I feel like if the Vikings can pick that up, Scott, there's a chance that they can get down there and try to score.
Frontenac was so methodical on their first drive. We have less than a minute to go, and it's a one-possession game here in the first quarter. So, the Vikings were in a great spot, but that 5-yard penalty just ended that drive. And now a very, very short kick. It's very high, and it takes a bad bounce for the Vikings. And they down it at the 37, 38-yard line. Given that, they would have been just, it would have been fine just to have gone for it on 4th and 9. But there was, none of the coaches have a crystal ball. But very, very short punt, and Frontenac takes over with good field position. 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line. They lead the Vikings 7-0 with 51 seconds to play in quarter number 1. This time Frontenac breaks out of the I formation. They'll just go with a single running back. Smith, the quarterback, gives it up running back, and he is met in the backfield.
That's Summers.
Was that Summers again?
Yeah.
That was a big hit
Summers.
for a loss on first down, back to the 36-yard line.
He was there as soon as he handed him the ball.
So a loss of 2 on the play. That was a huge defensive play by the Vikings. And I just noticed the play clock may not be working tonight, so I don't know if Frontenac even needs to snap here on second down, but they have second and about 12. Running play. It's quarterback
Smith.
keeper for the first time, and he has a nice gain. Picks up almost enough yardage for the first down. That was the first time we've seen the quarterback keeper. Frontenac well coached, very disciplined, and we have reached the end of quarter number 1 with your score. Frontenac 7, Parsons 0. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is Viking football on V93.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
Bowen Pharmacy supports the Parsons Vikings here, and here, and here. It's our goal to keep you covered. At Bowen Pharmacy, we give no excuses for you not to make it to the game. And it's always a great day to be a Viking.
Park, homecoming 2024 for Parsons High School. Vikings find themselves on the short end of a 7-0 score right now against the Frontenac Raiders. Vikings had a decent drive going, and they were going to go for it on 4th and about 3, but then they had a false start penalty, and then they had to go ahead and kick the ball away. So Frontenac will be facing a 3rd and short as we get going in quarter number 2. Tony, we talked about how well coached Frontenac is. We hadn't seen that quarterback keeper the entire first quarter until that very last play, and they picked up a nice gain. Now they have a very manageable 3rd down as they go back to the I formation. They give it to the tailback. He has the first down and hit right at midfield. That was Withen, I believe, on the carry. And
first down.
Yep, first down for the Raiders just across midfield. They haven't moved the sticks yet. There they go. Clock on the move, 11:50 to go in the first half. Frontenac on top 7-0. You know, Tony, if this is how Frontenac always plays, that would explain why nobody's scoring against them. Not only do they have a stout defense, but they chew up a lot of clock when they're on offense. Again, the I formation. Smith, the quarterback, gives it to the fullback, and he's into the secondary almost immediately. Gets hit from behind and falls forward for another Frontenac first down inside the Viking 40-yard line.
Yeah, if we can't somehow stop this run, it's going to be a long night. We definitely need to get them in 3rd and long, 4th and long, something to where force them to throw.
And sometimes the only thing that changes the momentum on something like this is a turnover.
Yep.
1st and 10 for the Raiders from the Viking 38. Toss play to the far side. Going to be a decent pickup down inside the 35. Pretty good pursuit by the Viking defense, but it's still a nice gain on first down for Frontenac. Again, they are 4-0 on the year, have only given up 16 points on the season. Vikings sitting at 1-3 after they finally notched their first victory over the year with a blowout victory down at Baxter last Friday night. Smith under center, takes the snap, gives it to the fullback, and he plows ahead very close to a first down before getting shoved back. It'll all depend on the spot. I think it's going to be 3rd and short. Yep, 3rd and about half a yard, it looks like, for the Raiders. They might even give him the first down. It is really close. Yep. Ball spotted at the 23. Looks like they're going to want to have a measurement. And the way Frontenac has been running the ball.
If I was Frontenac, I'd be like, yeah, we're short, just to get an extra play.
Clock is stopped. Just about 10 minutes to play in the first half. It's been all Frontenac, even though the score is only 7-0. Their offense has been virtually unstoppable so far. They just don't have any big plays. They are just 4, 5, 6, 7 yards at a time. And it is a first down for the Raiders. Ball spotted just outside the Viking 27-yard line. 10:05 to go in the first half. Again, Frontenac on top 7-0. They marched 65 yards on their opening drive. Drive number 2 started on their own 37, and they are now inside the Viking 30. Again, I formation. Sophomore quarterback Smith takes the snap. He wants to throw for the first time, and I think it was possibly batted down. It was
knocked down by Lee Quincy, 55.
So nice job by the Viking defense, because, when you've just seen run after run after run, to be able to react to Frontenac's first pass play, pretty impressive. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Raiders. 9:59 to go in quarter number 2. Smith under center, takes the snap, toss play to the near side.
Oh,
and
big
great
play.
defense.
That O'Banion?
Knocking him down at the 30-yard line.
O'Banion there.
O'Banion with a big defensive play for the Vikings, 220-pound lineman. And this is the first time we've really seen 3rd and long for the Raiders. I'm assuming they're going to
most likely you would think they'd throw it, but I mean, if they know it's 4-down territory, they may run here.
They'll send Wyatt Frazier out wide right. Smith takes the snap, and it's a running play right up the middle, and it's a nice gain. It's going to be short of the first down, but the way they've been running the ball, I thought they might just try to run it twice, see if they could pick it up. So we'll see what they want to do. It's going to be 4th and about 6. They picked up 5 on that play. Frazier back into the huddle with the play.
I'd like to see a turnover on downs here.
Yeah, that would be great. Vikings need to get a stop. 4th and 6 for the Raiders from the Viking 23. Frontenac on top 7-0. Smith he wants to throw, and he's got a man open. It's a first down and more, down to about the 10-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal coming up for the Raiders. That was Frazier on the reception. So 1st and goal just inside the 10. Clock on the move, 8:24 to play in the first half. Raiders on top 7-0. They'll just most likely continue with power football here. They give it to the fullback. This time the Vikings, seems like the last few plays, Tony, the Viking defense has really started to play with more intensity.
Yeah, that was good pursuit there by the Viking defense. That's Corbin Harris on the tackle. Nice getting Corbin back.
Yeah, he's an important part of this year's Viking team. 2nd and goal from the 10 for the Raiders. They lead Parsons 7-0. Toss play to the near side. The Vikings up to the challenge. It's going to be only about a 1-yard gain. Whithune didn't have much room to run.
Kendrick, Smart, Harris. There's all kinds of Vikings in on that tackle.
So 3rd and goal from the 9. We have a timeout on the field. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is Viking football on V93.
Labette Community College is meeting the need for an increased demand in qualified radiographers. Our radiography students will train on the latest technology in a hospital simulation environment.
I wanted to be able to go into a career where I could help people. And if you're going to go into that field in this part of the 4-state area, LCC is the only place to come.
Tuition is nearly half the cost of universities. Scholarship and financial aid available for those who qualify. Text radiography to 620-293-6671 for more information or visit labette.edu.
So here we go, 3rd and goal for the Frontenac Raiders from the Viking 9-yard line. It's a pass play. Quarterback is actually going to keep it himself, and he gets wrapped up at around the 6, maybe the 7-yard line, and that'll bring up 4th and goal. Brogan Smith, the sophomore quarterback. Again, we've got one of those rosters, Tony, that doesn't tell us how much anybody weighs.
Yep.
But
I'd say 175.
sounds like a good guess. 4th and goal coming up for the Raiders. They actually have a decent place kicker. They could have kicked a field goal if they had wanted to, but they are going to go for it on 4th and goal from the 5. We'll see if the Viking defense can get a stop. Whithune is the lone running back. It's going to be a pass play. Quarterback is in trouble, and he's just going to throw it up for grabs. Intercepted by the Vikings.
I think
the
that's
Vikings,
Corbin Harris.
So we get the stop. Vikings will take over 1st and 10 from their own 8-yard line. Great stop by the Viking defense.
Wow, what a play. You know, Scott, I was just sitting there thinking, as they're milking this clock, this drive right here, this might be the last drive the Vikings get in the first half.
Yeah, easily.
Because,
yeah,
you know, whether we go down and score or whatever, they're going to eat up the rest of that clock. So, yeah, we're not going to get very many possessions on offense. We got to take advantage of every time we have the ball.
And spot the ball at about the 10-yard line. Vikings need to take care of the ball. Quarterback keeper
3 yards maybe
goes for about 4 yards up to the 14.
4 yards.
Yeah, how great would it be to be able to put a drive together here, Tony, and get into the end zone, have this thing tied up, say at halftime, and then you get the kickoff to start the second half.
I think that would shock everyone in the stadium.
I mean, Frontenac has essentially had the ball the entire first half, and yet they only lead the Vikings 7-0. Trey Logan from the pistol. Keep it on the ground, and it's not going to go anywhere.
Wow.
They gave it to Jones, and he had no running room at all. And I'm sure Coach Scheibe didn't want the Vikings to be in a passing situation deep in their own territory, but that's basically where we are now, facing a 3rd and 6.
I mean, we've got some speedsters. If you could catch Schultz or Smart on the run, I like their chances. Either one of them on like a little crossing pattern, make one move, and they could take it to the house.
Wyatt Schultz is the slot receiver. It is a pass play, and it is incomplete. trying to hit Jason Smart on the near sideline, but we talked about how stingy this Frontenac defense has been all year, and it's a quick 3 and out for the Vikings. Caden Chance will be the return man for Frontenac. He backs up to his own 45-yard line. Viking punter standing on his 1-yard line. It's a good snap. Much better kick this time, and Chance fields it inside the 50. And nice coverage by the Viking defense. It's going to be great field position regardless for Frontenac, but only a 4-yard return. So Frontenac takes over. Let's see where they're actually going to spot it. They're going to put it, I think, right at the 40-yard line. So I don't know. What do you think, Tony? The Viking offense has had the ball for about 3 or 4 minutes here in the first half.
Not a whole lot. Yeah, Frontenac, if they continue to run like they have been, they could take this the rest of the way and not give us the ball back.
On first down, quarterback keeps it around the right side, and he's probably got enough for a first down.
10 yards.
We didn't see that quarterback keeping the ball at all until the last play of the first quarter, and now Frontenac coaching staff throwing it into the mix much more often, and it's given the Vikings some problems. 9-yard gain on first down, so 2nd and 1 coming up for Frontenac. Ball spotted just outside the Viking 30-yard line. Brogan Smith under center, going to keep it himself, and with that big offensive line, he easily gets the first down. Down to around the Viking 26. Clock stops temporarily. 4:43 to go in the first half. Raiders on top 7-0. Game is only 39 minutes old, and we only have 4 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the first half. It's been run after run after run by this Frontenac offense. They do it again. The tailback coming to the near side. Nice cutback, and he's going to have a nice gain inside the 20-yard line.
Still going.
Finally brought down at the 16. That is going to be, I believe, another first down for the Raiders.
Pretty close.
I take that back. I think they're going to mark him short.
He's barely short. About a half a yard.
So you have another 9.5-yard gain on first down. Clock moves under 4 minutes here in the first half. Again, your score: Frontenac 7, Parsons 0. This is Frontenac's 3rd possession of the first half. Vikings have only had the ball twice the entire half. Fullback
Murphy
into the secondary. He's got the first down and more. It'll be 1st and goal coming up for the Raiders from the Vikings 6-yard line.
Need another turnover.
Yep, Vikings got the Raiders into a 4th and goal on the Raiders' last possession, and they ended up throwing an interception. I have a feeling they're going to keep it on the ground. So hopefully the Vikings can maybe get a fumble. Smith keeps it himself, plows forward for a gain inside the 5, down to about the 3. That'll bring up 2nd and goal. Ball spotted just inside the 3-yard line. Frontenac leading this one 7-0. 2:50 to go in the first half. A couple of subs trot onto the field for the Raiders. Very patient. Now they break out of the huddle. Grant Nickel will split wide to the right. First man through, plows up toward the goal line.
Murphy.
And Murphy is in for the Frontenac touchdown. 2:26 to go in the first half. Now Frontenac 13 and Parsons 0.
Yeah, Frontenac just coming over. They're just taking care of business, Scott. There's good blocking by their line and just power run.
Kyle
Nearly
Sloan,
blocked.
the place kicker. Did he get it over the crossbar? He did. 2:26 to go in the first half. Your score, Frontenac 14, Parsons 0. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Viking Football on V93.
Labette Community College is meeting the need for an increased demand in qualified radiographers. Our radiography students will train on the latest technology in a hospital simulation environment.
I wanted to be able to go into a career where I could help people. And if you're going to go into that field in this part of the four-state area, LCC is the only place to come.
Tuition is nearly half the cost of universities. Scholarship and financial aid available for those who qualify. Text radiography to 620-293-6671 for more information or visit labette.edu.
Bowen Pharmacy supports the Parsons Vikings here, and here, and here. It's our goal to keep you covered. At Bowen Pharmacy, we give no excuses for you not to make it to the game. And it's always a great day to be a Viking.
By the Frontenac Raiders, who have just controlled this game. It doesn't look that bad on the scoreboard, 14-0. But the Vikings have only had the ball twice, and it has to be less than 5 minutes that the Viking offense has been on the field here in the first half, and we're down to 2:26 to go in quarter number 2. Sloan has the ball teed up on the 40-yard line. Vikes have a couple of guys back deep on their own 15. A little short kick, and the Vikings field it at the 32. Then they fumble, but they fall on it at the 35. Tony, we've talked about that a lot over the years. So sometimes just a little short kick like that to one of the up men who is maybe usually not all that comfortable handling the ball, and it can cause some issues.
Yeah, he definitely was not expecting to return that ball, so. But luckily he fell on it, and we can try to get something going here.
So Viking offense hasn't been able to do much, but they're only down by 2 scores. We'll see if they can get something going here. They want to pass on first down, and it's incomplete. I think they were going for Schultz on the far side, and it was a little bit low. He tried to scoop it up, but it was down at his feet. And, and part of it, Tony, is probably just that Frontenac is just that good on defense. But the Vikings really just haven't been able to get into any flow, and obviously it's hard to get into a flow when you haven't been out on the field.
Exactly,
they haven't got to run very many plays, but it was kind of an ominous beginning when their very first play from scrimmage was a busted play. Yeah. That's never a good sign.
Yeah, the Vikings only run 10 plays so far in the game.
That's incredible. 2:20 to go in the first half. 2nd and 10 for the Vikes. Quarterback keeper Logan looking for some blocks. He's out to the 39, stretches forward to the 40. So if they give him that second effort, it's going to bring up third down from the 40.
Yep. 3rd and 6.
Put it at the 39 and a half. So we'll call it 3rd and 6 for the Vikings. And they desperately need a first down here just to make sure they keep that Frontenac offense off the field for the rest of the first half. Minute 40 to go in quarter number 2. Vikes down by a couple of scores. Quick hitter is nearly intercepted. I don't even know who that was intended for.
I think he was trying to get the Schultz, and O'Banion and Murphy were like having a wrestling match, and it just hit the 2 guys wrestling on the line.
So just like that, another 3 and out for the Vikings. Again, this is a Frontenac team that shut out a very good Pittsburgh Colgan team, I believe, in week 2. Frontenac is going to send Frazier and Chance back to receive this punt. Pretty good kick. Not a lot of hang time. Fielded at the 25-yard line. And, again, decent coverage by the Viking defense. And I'll be curious, Tony, to see how aggressive Frontenac is on offense. And we have an injured Viking, I believe. Or, nope, it's an injured Raider around the 30-yard line. Officials will spot the ball at the 32, it looks like. And while we have a injury on the field, I want to say thank you to some of our sponsors. bringing you Viking football in 2024. We want to say thank you to Labette Health, Woodworth Enterprises, Tank Connection, also Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Doctors Newland, Gilmore, and Ray, Labette Bank, Bartlett Co-op, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, also bringing you Viking football. Also want to say thank you to Community National Bank, Wood Insurance Center, Strategic Partners, Roy's Auto Service, Bowen Pharmacy, Parsons Educational Foundation, Parsons District Schools, also Snyder Lawn Care, Olson Ace Hardware, SEK Orthopedic, Doctors Mosier and Meister, and also Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, and last but not least, Clemens Insurance Agency, bringing you Viking football in 2024. Again, to recap the first half, minute 25 to go in quarter number 2. It's been all Frontenac. They lead at 14-0. And Tony, we've talked about it a lot, and for good reason. That running game by Frontenac has been virtually unstoppable.
Yeah.
And I don't know, the Vikings have even, seems like they've brought an extra body into the box. And I think when they do that is when Frontenac is maybe kicking it outside and having some good success on the edge. Injured Raider able to walk off under his own power. Frazier, the senior wide receiver and defensive back for Frontenac, but they're going to have a minute 25 to work with. They have 2 timeouts remaining. They'll be starting on their own 32, and so, Tony, I think they'll just kind of stick with what they've been doing, and if they get enough good runs, then they may burn their timeouts and see if they can get it in the end zone. But if the Viking defense is able to stand up or maybe a penalty. I don't think Frontenac's been flagged even once.
Nope.
Here in the first half. And here we go. We're ready for more football. They do keep it on the ground, and it's a nice gain on first down all the way out to midfield. And that's exactly what the Frontenac coaching staff was hoping for. The clock will stop temporarily while they move the sticks, but now they're in business in Viking territory already.
Yeah, that was a nice 18-yard run there on 1st and 10. Yeah, definitely not what the Vikings wanted to see.
Now for the first time tonight, Frontenac's going to show a little bit of hurry up here, up to the line of scrimmage. They keep it on the ground, right up the middle. Vikings maybe trying to strip the ball with no success. Running back falls forward to about the Viking 45. Frontenac will burn their second timeout of the first half, so we'll step away for 1 minute. This is Viking football on V93.
Life is about movement, and the human body is like any high-performance machine. When miles add up, parts wear down, and that's when pain begins, and here's where it ends. At Labette Health, our nationally recognized orthopedic and sports medicine surgeons use advanced techniques to reduce recovery times and relieve pain for miles to come. Feel like new again at Labette Health in Parsons, Kansas. For more information, go to labettehealth.com.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.com.
Got back a little bit late out of that timeout. Frontenac picks up the first down on a quarterback keeper. Again, I've mentioned a couple of times, they didn't run that until the very last play of the first quarter, but they have really started to throw it into the mix, and it seems to have the Viking defense confused because they've had quite a bit of success with it. Line of scrimmage is now at the Viking 34-yard line. 51 seconds to go in the first half. Frontenac leading this one 14-0. They still have one timeout in their hip pocket. Smith wants to throw. He's got time. Rolls right. Now he's going to keep it himself. Boy, he throws late. I thought he was past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he was a yard past it.
But no flag on the play. It's a completed pass and a first down.
Wow. 12-yard gain.
So Frontenac just marching right down the field here. 44 seconds to go. Clock stopped. Ball spotted at the Viking 22-yard line. And so with 44 seconds and one timeout, Frontenac pretty much has her whole playbook available to them. They can just keep the ball on the ground if they want. Instead, Smith wants to throw. Now he rolls right. Now he's going to definitely keep it himself. And he's got a nice pickup. It's another first down. And unfortunately, the Vikings knocked him out of bounds, which will stop the clock. But it's already first and goal for the Raiders, who have just completely dominated this first half.
Yeah, 56 yards in a minute, Scott.
Yeah, they have had their way with the Vikings here in the first half. 14-0, and they are knocking on the door again. 36 seconds to play in quarter number 2. I formation for the Raiders. Smith hands off to the fullback. Murphy plows toward the goal line, and he is short.
Oh, it's close.
But only by about, I think they're going to mark him at the 2. And Frontenac will go ahead and burn their final timeout. 27 seconds to go in the first half. Frontenac leading at 14-0. We'll step away for a 30-second break. You're listening to Viking Football on B93.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
Bowen Pharmacy supports the Parsons Vikings here, and here, and here. It's our goal to keep you covered. At Bowen Pharmacy, we give no excuses for you not to make it to the game. And it's always a great day to be a Viking.
They lead Parsons 14-0, and they have it 2nd and goal from the Viking 2-yard line. Raider offense up to the line of scrimmage. I formation once again. Smith goes over right tackle, keeps it himself, and he is into the end zone for another Frontenac touchdown. And it is now 20-0 Frontenac. And we have an injured Viking, unfortunately, right at the goal line. If we get a number, we'll let you know who the injured player is. .24 seconds to play in the first half. Frontenac leading it 20-0. And since we have the injury timeout, we'll take another 30-second break and be right back. You're listening to Viking Football on V93.
Labette Community College is meeting the need for an increased demand in qualified radiographers. Our radiography students will train on the latest technology in a hospital simulation environment.
I wanted to be able to go into a career where I could help people. And if you're going to go into that field in this part of the 4-state area, LCC is the only place to come.
Tuition is nearly half the cost of universities. Scholarship and financial aid available for those who qualify. Text radiography to 620-293-6671 for more information or visit labette.edu.
Bowen Pharmacy supports the Parsons Vikings here.
So we're back live at Marvell Park, getting ready for the extra point attempt by Frontenac. Kick is on the way. It looks good, and it is good. So 24 seconds to go in the first half. Raiders lead the Vikings 21-0. We'll be back with the kickoff in 30 seconds. You're listening to Viking Football on V93.
Bowen Pharmacy supports the Parsons Vikings here, and here, and here. It's our goal to keep you covered. At Bowen Pharmacy, we give no excuses for you not to make it to the game. And it's always a great day to be a Viking.
Kyle Sloan has the ball teed up at the 40-yard line for the Frontenac Raiders. The Vikings will need a big return here if they're going to have any chance of getting points on the board here in the first half. We knew points would be hard to come by against this Frontenac team. And, you know, Tony, as good as their defense is, I mean, really part of their defense is that running game of the offense being able to milk the clock, and the defense hasn't spent that many minutes on the field. We're just guessing the Vikings have had the ball for maybe 5 minutes maximum.
My thinking is they had it for about 3 minutes. The first drive, a little over a minute, and then probably a little, so around 5 minutes.
That's incredible. Another short kick, and the Vikings fall on it at the 37 or 38-yard line. 23 seconds to play in the first half. Vikings only have one timeout. I'm not a coach, but I would suggest come out, take a knee, get to the locker room. You get the ball to begin the second half. Just try to regroup and figure out a way to get back in this ball game in the second half. But certainly doesn't look like they're going to take a knee, Tony. They've got 3 wide receivers split to the far side. Trey Logan takes the snap, and he does want to throw. Wants to throw deep, and it is intercepted, I think. Unbelievable. It was almost a great catch by Wyatt Schultz, who basically had to turn into a defensive player. The cornerback was set back so far, he was just sitting there waiting for it, and Wyatt almost was able to get up there and take it away from him. But now with 17 seconds, Frontenac takes over on their own 39 and with no timeouts.
Well, that was Wyatt Frazier on the interception. He was the one that was injured just a few minutes ago, and he's back out as a receiver here on this play here.
See if Frontenac runs a play. They do. It's just right up the middle. And cut down, Whitune cut down at the 45-yard line. And
that should be halftime.
Boy, they're almost hurrying up to the line of scrimmage, but the coaching staff says, no, we don't have time. And the clock hits all zeros here in the first half. Your halftime score, Frontenac 21 and Parsons 0. We will send it back to the station for 10 minutes. So, Karen, if you want to send it back to us at 10 minutes after 8 o'clock, and we will have the halftime show for you here in about 10 minutes. Again, your halftime score, Frontenac 21, Parsons 0. You're listening to Viking Football on V93.
guys where, you know, we kind of held our own
Right.
on the defensive side, but, you know, it's similar situation. When you're on defense and you're out there for an extended period of time, you're going to get tired. I mean, it's hot today.
Yeah.
I think it got up close to 100 degrees today, and it was still upper 80s at kickoff. I mean, it's, you know, it's not normal October weather.
No, not at all.
So I mean, I kind of feel for the defense just because, you know, they're out there for virtually 18 to 19 minutes of that 24
Yeah,
minutes.
that's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen a team dominate the time of possession like Frontenac did in the first half. And, I mean, as you would expect, they didn't have really any big plays. I mean, they had some runs that went 10, 11, 12 yards. But, I mean, their touchdown runs, they had a 4-yarder by Whitehune, and then a 2-yarder by Murphy and a 2-yarder by Smith, because they just methodically marched down the field. And I hate to say it, but essentially just, you know, shoved the ball right down the Vikings' throat. And that's, you know, they're winning the battle up front. And Vikings, it's not like the Vikings aren't putting out any effort. They're just outmatched, I think, in the trenches. And when you can't win the battle up front, you know, you're going to lose, you know, 99 times out of 100.
Yeah, unofficially I have the Vikings with only 36 yards of offense in the first half. And, you know, like we said, if you're not able to establish a run, then you need to try to throw it. And I show that we only threw it 3 times.
Yeah.
So one reception for 4 yards and another incomplete pass, and then the interception that, you know, right before the half. It's just, you know, when you're playing a team as disciplined as Frontenac, it's going to be tough to get any yards. But you got to try to figure out some way to get somebody loose, you know. I mean, even if it's a quick hitter and you get a blocker out in front and try to get some running lanes for somebody to, you know, get the yards after the catch is where we have done good in the past. It's just tonight we just can't even. We got to get the reception first, and then try to do something with it, and it's just not happening. And I have Murphy, the fullback, 54 yards on the ground. Whitehune, 60 yards on the ground, and Smith had at least 40.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're looking at 150, 160 yards on the ground, and then they had a few pass plays as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just, it's gonna be tough to. I mean, when you're in a 21-0 hole, I mean, even if you get the ball to start the second half, I mean, it's going to be tough to try to come back in this game.
Yeah, it's going to be very tough. I mean, Parsons, it's going to take somehow something's going to have to jumpstart the offense, and they're going to have to force a couple of turnovers because, I mean, heck, they're down 3 possessions. They may only get 4 possessions in the second half.
Yep.
You know, the way the first half played out. So a lot of things will have to go right for the Vikings. We do want to let our listeners know that I don't even know the reason for this, but next week the game will be on a Thursday, not a Friday, as the Vikings travel to Neodesha. So that'll be a Thursday, 7 o'clock kickoff. Will be on the air at about 6:50 next Thursday, and hopefully the Vikings, if this game doesn't change, hopefully the Vikings can get back on the winning track and get back on the winning side in district play. But
I think that game, Scott, next week should be a very winnable game for the Vikings. I feel like it's going to be hopefully similar to the Baxter game, to where we can hopefully dominate the line, run the ball, and score some points. And it's just, And I know we got Columbus to finish the year. I really honestly haven't looked at Columbus this year, so I really don't know what they've done. But I know that Columbus, in the past, you know, is always going to be scrappy. no matter what.
Yep.
Even when they're down, those kids fight to the last second. No, I've never seen a Columbus team give up ever.
Right.
You know, it's just the way that they're. I mean, it's almost like playing Girard. You know, I feel like it's the same mentality that those athletes just, you know, are just bred to just play hard.
Yeah, they always
no matter
do.
what. And so, you know, whether they're having a down year or whatever, they're going to be a tough game because we've had Vikings teams that have been very dominant go down to Columbus and lay an egg.
Yeah.
I know you've seen it.
Unfortunately, I have.
And it's just like mind-boggling to see. And you're just like, I know we've got the athletes to win this game, and then we don't do it. We just don't execute.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just the atmosphere in that stadium is, I mean, it's right there behind the high school, right in the middle of a neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
the field goal's kicked, it hits a house. You know, it's just like.
Yeah, it's a different feel down there.
It's just crazy, you know, and so, but, you know, first things first, we just need to have a solid second half here and keep everyone healthy is the big key.
Yep.
You know, we got a couple of key defenders back this week. You got Dakari Jones running the ball, and he's shown signs of it in that first drive, Scott. You saw it. The kid's got power. He's got the moves.
Yep.
So, you know, it's just – and he's young. He's a sophomore. And then virtually this is his second varsity game.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
last week was his first game.
Yeah, he got
was
hurt
injured.
down at Altamont
Like in
the
the first
season
couple
opener.
plays, yeah.
And so hopefully the Vikings can find a spark. We'll see what Coach Scheibe and his staff, kind of adjustments they made at half. We are getting very close to the start of the third quarter. Vikings will receive this opening kickoff.
Need a run back by Smart or Mackay Ball here. And you got Dakari Jones is out there on the second wave.
Sure
Scott,
enough.
on the far side. If he happens to pick up that ball, he's a load to take down. I mean, he's got speed too.
Sloan has the ball teed up at the 40-yard line for the Raiders, and we are ready for second half action. Again, if you're joining us late, Frontenac leads at 21-0. Vikings only had the ball for about 6 minutes in the first half. Sloan, another short sidewinder kick. The Vikings let it go out of bounds. Went out of bounds at about the 36. The penalty usually puts it at the 35.
Not lose a yard on that one.
Let's see what the Vikings want to do.
Riley Baker just threw the ball clear across the field, Scott. They're probably like, where'd that ball come from?
Looks like the Vikings are going to say re-kick. So it'll be a 5-yard penalty, and the Raiders will try it again.
Yeah, I think Coach Scheibe's just wanting someone to get loose and try to get a big run, I believe. That's the only reason you would try to have him re-kick here. So that goes from the 40 to the 30. Yep, okay. I'm going to say he didn't move the tee at first. So I noticed last week, Scott, not sure, I can't remember who was kicking off for us. I think it was the Largent boy. He was setting the ball sideways and kicking it.
Okay.
I'd never seen that. And it was kind of spinning. Yeah,
long way.
It's flat. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that, but usually only maybe for an onside kick, on a certain onside kick, but not for just a regular kickoff.
Yeah, he was kicking it. He was kicking it 35, 40 yards.
Here we go again. Sloan again, a short kick, fielded at the 42. And the Vikings return it right to midfield. So excellent field position for the Vikings to start the second half. But they have work to do, trailing 21-0.
Elijah Kelly was the returner there.
Elijah Kelly with the return. Vikings take over at the 50-yard line.
They spot it just across the 50, so the Vikings in Raider territory. And we'll see the Vikings offense can find some rhythm here in the second half. Logan puts a man in motion. Running play. And
He's tough to bring down.
Jones was running hard, but unfortunately he kept getting pushed sideways, so he didn't gain that many yards. He probably ran more east to west than north to south because of the Frontenac defense, but he still was able to pick up 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Vikings.
Tough 3 yards.
Yeah, it was.
You're running that hard and only get 3. That's tough.
Vikings send 3 receivers to the near side. Vikings moving from our left to our right. Go with a quick hitter to Schultz, and he has nowhere to go.
Wow, nothing there.
Gets brought down.
So they're trying the things that I thought that they need to try, Scott. It's just
the Frontenac defense is just that good. That's just how it is. And you know, we mentioned in the pregame that the Vikings would, you know, could be hard pressed to score.
Yeah.
You know, even one touchdown. And but the Vikings do have some playmakers. If they do score tonight, it'll probably be on a play of 30, 40, or 50 yards.
Yep.
3rd and 7, man in motion. Logan rolls to the left, fires it, and would have had a first down, but he overshot Schultz, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And Schultz just needs to be about 4 or 5 inches taller, and he probably could have had that.
So we'll see if the Vikings keep the offense on the field. I think they will, and that's probably the right call. You're down 21-0, and Frontenac has been very stingy once they get the ball. Running 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes off the clock per
there's
possession.
No play clock, so I'm not sure how they're keeping on the field. They're letting them restart it. So
4th and 7 for the Vikings from the Frontenac 47. Logan takes the snap, rolls left, looking, fires, and it's going to be incomplete.
Same exact play, I think.
It went through the hands that time of Schultz, and it's a turnover on downs. It's been that kind of night for the Vikings.
Tough play. Had the receiver just I think sometimes he just puts a little too much zip on it.
He does have a strong arm.
Yes, he does.
Ball spotted just shy of the 48-yard line of Frontenac. Smith, the sophomore quarterback, under center. As we saw most of the first half, they'll line up in the I formation. Snap, and they give it to the fullback. He's into Viking territory and then pushed back, and I think they're going to just down him right at the 49, maybe the 48 of Parsons. And spot it about the 48.5-yard line of Parsons. 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. Frontenac leading this one 21-0. Frazier will trot into the huddle, relay the play to his quarterback. Brogan Smith under center, takes the snap. Tailback gets it, and he falls forward. He got hit after a very short game, but he's able to plow forward to about the 45-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and short for the Raiders.
Now the clock continues just to roll. But the Vikings, again, only had the ball for a little over a minute. So I'm going to say barely over 6 minutes total the Vikings have had the ball this entire game.
Yeah, it's not been pretty. Little quarterback option. They pitch it to the tailback. He finds the edge for a first down.
Wow.
And possibly a flag coming in. I couldn't tell.
I think there's a flag for Maybe a hold or something. Let's see if they bring it all the way back.
Running back went out of bounds around the Viking 35. The way they're talking to the Frontenac sideline, I have a feeling might be on the Vikings, Tony.
Really?
Might have been some sort of I'm just going to throw out a guess, maybe some sort of unsportsmanlike conduct or maybe a face mask. Let's see.
I don't know. Frontenac's walking
yeah,
backwards.
they are. I never saw a signal.
Still haven't seen a signal.
Here comes the head referee.
Well, they just went to the 40, Scott. So it's a first down.
So it must be a spot foul. Well, some sort of illegal formation.
That's not right.
But they.
Yeah, I don't know.
They would have to mark off the 5 yards from the line of scrimmage. That would not be a spot foul.
So they're giving them a first down, and I don't understand that.
I don't understand.
Yeah,
they're showing 1st and 10 from the 40, and we have no choice but to go with that. So 1st and 10 from the Viking 40, and a nice cutback by Whithune gets it down to about the 35. Clock on the move, 8:28 to go in the 3rd quarter. Frontenac on top, 21-0. Raider offense up to the line of scrimmage. Frazier, the wide out. Smith takes the snap. He drops back, wants to throw, and he found his man. First down. Jaden Houghton with the reception. So pretty much, with the exception of that one drive that ended with the interception, Frontenac has pretty much had their way tonight. They've been able to do whatever they want on both sides of the ball.
Man, he must have stepped out of bounds or something, because I thought he was 2 yards past the first down, Scott.
I don't understand that at all. It's 3rd and 1, not a first down, my mistake. Fullback Murphy gets stood up, but I think he has enough for the first down. And they do move the chains. Ball spotted just inside the Viking 30-yard line. Raiders leading at 21-0, 7:40 to go in the 3rd quarter. And Tony, it's not the kind of record you want to set, but this may be a school record for time of possession.
Yeah.
If nothing changes. Viking offense has just not been on the field at all tonight. Now 2 receivers to the near side. Haven't seen that very much from the Raiders tonight. Frazier wants to throw, and he's got a man, but did it hit the ground? Yes, it did. It's incomplete. Frazier.
That'll stop the clock. First time the clock's been stopped in a while.
Yep, 7:10 to go. And, up 21-0, and they know that the Vikings can't stop the run. You almost think that Frontenac's just almost practicing a little bit.
Yeah.
Because there's no reason for them to throw, but we'll see what they do now on 2nd and 10 from just inside the Viking 30. They go back to the formation we've seen most often tonight. 1 wide receiver, I formation. It's the tailback, Whithune, spinning forward for a short gain down to about the 27. Third and 7 from the Viking 27, 6:42 to go in our 3rd quarter. Raiders leading the Vikings 21-0. They're very patient, Tony. They take their time in the huddle, and they just methodically beat down their opponents. Another pass play right over the middle. It's intercepted. Back to the 35, 40, and around the 43. That is the second interception of the night for the Vikings.
Chandler Henson.
Henson came up with it. So a little momentum now for the Vikings. We'll see if the offense can capitalize.
His shoulder's been hurting him, and I think it on that tackle, I think it might have hurt him a little bit, but he came running off the field. Has a big-time interception.
See if the Viking offense can get anything going. They've only ran a couple of plays in Frontenac territory in the entire night. Logan, look out. The pass is caught. They tried to do a hook and ladder, and it ended up being fumbled and recovered by the Vikings. Actually going to be a loss on the play, so the Vikings trying a little trickery. Wyatt Schultz, I'm not sure who he was trying to toss it to. I didn't see the jersey number, but the old hook and ladder play, but
didn't work.
I actually thought the pass was going to be intercepted by Frontenac.
That's a tough pass.
So after all that, the Vikings lose a couple. 2nd and 12 from their own 41. 5:35 to go in quarter number 3 with Frontenac on top, 21-0. Logan, the running play, and I think Jones may have ran into one of his own blockers. I'm not sure, but
nothing there.
Nothing there at all. No gain. So, third and long coming up for the Vikings.
I don't even know. At some point, you got to try to take some shots, I think.
Yeah. And I would have liked to see the Vikings. And this goes actually against, what we wanted to see the Vikings try to establish a ground game. But as dominant as the Frontenac defense has been, it's almost like maybe on a first down play, take a shot down the field. Because now they're obviously expecting a pass. 3rd and long, they show blitz. Vikes
nice catch.
Get the pass completed into Frontenac territory,
Got
approximately a yard, maybe 2 yards.
Oh, that's smart.
Yep, smart on the reception. So 2 yards shy of the first down. It'll be 4th and 2 for the Vikings. 4.5 minutes to go in our third quarter. Raiders on top 21-0. As expected, Viking offense stays on the field. So it'll either be a quick hitter to Schultz probably, or they'll just give it to Jones and see if the sophomore running back can pick up a couple of tough yards for the first down. Also, Logan might keep it. Nope, they give it to Jones, looking for the edge. He's not going to get it. It's a loss on the play.
Wow.
Great defensive play by the Raiders.
Tough. What can you do?
That was Jacob Murphy, the running back. Also plays linebacker, and he read that play well, strung it out. It was a loss on the play, and Frontenac takes over in Viking territory. 1st and 10 for the Raiders from the Viking 49. Smith and the offense up to the line of scrimmage. Takes the snap. Toss play to the far side. I think it's Whithune. And he gets tripped up after a decent gain inside the 45, down all the way to about the 42. 3:50 to go in the third quarter. Again, Frontenac very, very patient. You take your time in the huddle. Been about 95% running plays for the Raiders tonight, and it's been very effective. I formation once again. Give it to the fullback. First man through will have the first down. Spins forward to about the 35 or 36 of the Vikings. Henson a little bit gimpy there, Tony, as he gets up. He's limping a little bit. In fact, he's going to go down. He's got an injury. I don't think it's anything serious because he was standing up for a while, but then he told the ref, hey, this isn't quite right. So 2:58 to go in the third quarter. Raiders lead the Vikings 21-0. We're going to take a 30-second break. You're listening to Viking Football on V93.
Life is about movement, and the human body is like any high-performance machine. When miles add up, parts wear down, and that's when pain begins, and here's where it ends. At Labette Health, our nationally recognized orthopedic and sports medicine surgeons use advanced techniques to reduce recovery times and relieve pain for miles to come. Feel like new again at Labette Health in Parsons, Kansas. For more information, go to labettehealth.com.
And we're back live at Marvell Park. They continue to work on Chandler Henson. At first it looked like a cramp.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is, but I'm not 100% sure. But hopefully it's nothing more serious than that. If you're joining us late, Frontenac leading the Vikings 21-0, 2:58 to go in quarter number 3. And the Raiders have the football 1st and 10. Now Henson up, and he'll be able to jog to the sideline. You mentioned the 95-degree weather we had today, Tony, and I felt like it was just a matter of time before somebody went down with a cramp. It's still pretty warm here at Marvell Park as the Raiders get back up to the line of scrimmage, leading 21-0. They've pretty much had it all their way tonight. Vikings crowd the line of scrimmage, but I think they may have jumped across the line. Sure enough, it's going to be offsides on the Vikings. Not very many penalties tonight. I think maybe 1 or 2 on Frontenac and just a handful on the Vikings.
Yeah, it's been a pretty clean game.
The one that really hurt the Vikings, though, was when they early in the game, only down 7-0, and that first drive was when the offense was looking the best.
Yeah, they had that 4th and about 2.
And then they got a false start.
Penalty, yeah.
So 1st and 5 for the Raiders. Smith takes the snap. Running play now, just as we were bragging about not very many penalties, we have a false start on the Raiders, and they'll give those 5 yards right back to the Vikings. And we'll start over where we were a couple of plays ago. 1st and 10. 2:37 to play in quarter number 3. Raiders leading the Vikings 21-0. Frontenac has it 1st and 10 from the Viking 31-yard line. This time no wide receivers. They give it to Whithune, the tailback, and he has a decent gain close to the 30-yard line. Picks up about 5.
That's like the 3rd or 4th time that I've seen him, Scott. He gets like 2 or 3 yards, and then he goes like sideways and then almost backwards.
Yep.
It's like he's in reverse.
So 2nd and 5 for the Raiders. They are looking to move to 5-0 on the season. Again, this is a Frontenac team that has only given up 16 points on the entire season. They'll send Frazier out wide right. Down to 1:42 to go in our game. And we have a timeout called by Frontenac. 1:38 to go in the third quarter. Raiders lead at 21-0. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is Viking Football on V93.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
And we are back live at Marvel Park. Scott Marlowe, Tony Fuentes with you. Drew Fuentes taking care of our live video stream. Second down play was a gain of about 1 or 2. Call it a gain of 1 for Frontenac, and that brings up 3rd down and 4 for the Raiders. Clock approaching the 1-minute mark here in quarter number 3. Raiders lead at 21-0. The only thing the Raiders have done wrong on offense tonight, they've thrown a couple of interceptions, but their running game has been unstoppable. There's that toss play again to Whithune. He's got the 1st down as they just move the pile down to about the 22-23 yard line of the Vikings. 48 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
I looked at Frontenac's schedule, Scott. They have Baxter, then Columbus, and then Neodesha. So they've got a good chance to run the table and be 8-0 going into the playoffs.
Yeah, like I said, I'm like you. I haven't looked at Columbus at all yet this year, but yeah, I would think that Frontenac is in really good shape to be 8-0 in the regular season.
Columbus
on
is
an
3
option. It's going to be a loss on the play. Viking defense.
Oh no, they blew it dead.
Yeah, they blew it dead.
Okay, good.
Forward progress had been stopped by Whithune. That'll probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So, with the Raiders leading the Vikings 21-0, we will take a 1-minute break, and we will be back with quarter number 4. You're listening to Viking football on V93.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. It's modern eye care.
Life is about movement, and the human body is like any high-performance machine. When miles add up, parts wear down, and that's when pain begins, and here's where it ends. At Labette Health, our nationally recognized orthopedic and sports medicine surgeons use advanced techniques to reduce recovery times and relieve pain for miles to come. Feel like new again at Labette Health in Parsons, Kansas. For more information, go to labettehealth.com.
Yeah, we are back live at Marvel Park. 12 minutes of action remaining as we get ready for quarter number 4. Frontenac leading the Vikings 21-0, and the Raiders have it 2nd and I need to see where they.
2nd and 14 is what it shows.
There
I looked at Columbus.
They had the sticks in the wrong place.
Scott.
So 2nd and 14. Yeah.
Columbus is 3-1. They beat Independence 45-28, beat Galena 28-8, lost to Colgan 35-14, and then they beat Neodesha 49-16.
So they're pretty solid this year.
They're playing Baxter tonight, then they play Riverton, Frontenac, and then us. So yeah, that's.
So we are finally ready to get going in the 4th quarter. 2nd and 14 for the Raiders. Running play to the near side. Again, that was looked like that same move you had mentioned earlier, Tony, where he kind of gets himself sideways and then ends up essentially running backwards with his back to the goal line, and it's effective. He gets down to the 21-yard line, brings up 3rd and 9. Raiders have thrown a couple of picks tonight. We'll see if the coaching staff wants to put the ball in the air. 3rd and 9 from the Viking 21. Smith takes the snap. Play fake, running for his life, and he gets sacked back at the 30-yard line.
Is that Summers?
He's had a big night. He's had a good night for the Vikings. The 175-pound junior. So They moved the ball all the way up to the 27. I thought he got sacked around the 30, but
Yeah, definitely. I thought it was further back.
so 4th and long for the Raiders. See if the Viking defense can get a stop. You know, the scoreboard doesn't look absolutely horrendous at 21-0, but if you've been with us since the beginning, this has just been a dominant performance by the Frontenac Raiders. This time the quarterback goes in the shotgun. We haven't seen that all night. And he does want to throw. Looking. Now he's coming to the right side. Now he's just going to have to run. And
he
he
got
gets hit
sandwiched
from behind, and the Vikings do get the turnover on downs. So I think that was a different quarterback as well. That was Brock Weimer's sophomore quarterback. So the Vikings do get the ball back. 10:16 to go in the 4th quarter, trailing 21-0.
Vikings take over on down. First down, Vikings.
The defense has definitely played better in the second half.
Yeah, definitely. Jason Smart split wide right. Schultz is in the slot. Jones, the tailback. And there's some confusion, and the Vikings have to burn a timeout. 10:16 to go in the game. Frontenac leading at 21-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Viking Football on B93.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
And we are back live at Marvell Park, 10:16 to go. In this 2024 homecoming game for the Vikings, they are trailing Frontenac 21-0. The Vikings will have it 1st and 10 from their own 25 coming out of this timeout. Trey Logan from the pistol. And goes in motion. And Logan wants to throw deep. Looking for Smart. And just over.
So close.
Pretty good coverage back there in the front, in the secondary.
Yeah, you just talked about that, Scott, trying to catch him off guard on first down.
Yep. It was just a matter of inches. Just barely out of the reach of Jason Smart. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10. For the Vikings. 10:11 to go in our ball game. Frontenac on top 21-0. Again, we'll have Schultz in the slot. Smart split out wide. There's the snap. Another pass play. Now Logan's just going to run with it. And gets knocked out of bounds around the 30-31 yard line.
A 4-yard pickup, maybe?
Let's see.
Well, according to Sticks, it's
About,
5.
Yeah, 5 yards all the way up to the 30-yard line. So 3rd down and 5 for the Vikings from their own 30. 9:43 to go. Really nice crowd on hand, as you would expect for homecoming.
A lot of people stayed around.
Yeah.
You know,
a lot
usually
of people here
on homecoming night, exodus at halftime or before, and a lot of people still here.
3rd and 5. Trey Logan takes the snap. Looks like he wants to throw. He's got his man for a 1st down. I think that was Wyatt Schultz. So Frazier on the tackle. So something we haven't been able to say very much tonight.
Yeah, first
Tony,
down.
First down for the Vikings.
Yep.
So they move the sticks, have it 1st and 10 from their own 42. 9 minutes to go in our game. Vikings with a ton of work to do, though, down 21-0. Logan, quick toss play to Jones, and he finds the edge and cuts it back for about a 7 or 8 yard gain up to the 45.
That's definitely the best
that
run
was
of the
Mackay,
night.
rather that was Mackay Baugh.
Was it really? Oh, wow. Great run by Mackay Ball. That's the first I've seen him run the ball like that this year.
So Viking offense with a little bit of rhythm here. 8:15 to go in the game, and the Vikings trailing 21-0. Trey Logan once again sets up in the pistol, takes the snap, running play, goes for about a yard. It'll be short of the first down. That was Jones on the carry. So 3rd and short for the Vikings from their own 46. Jason Smart will be split wide right, Wyatt Schultz wide left. 3rd and 1 as Vikings try to spread the defense a little bit. And they give it to Jones. He gets away from one man that I hit hard, but he is still fighting. Then he fumbled the ball. He had the first down, and all that effort, I think he ended up coughing it up, and Frontenac takes over. Sure enough, the Raiders. You can't fault his effort.
No, he was churning.
Down 21-0. He had the first down, and he just kept fighting, and then the ball popped free. I don't even know how he didn't go down after that second hit. He is a strong young man.
Yeah, he's gonna have some good days. That was just unfortunate. I mean, like we talked about earlier, it's really only his 3rd varsity game, or actually with the playing time, only really his 2nd varsity game.
Yeah.
So he's young. He'll learn. Learn from your mistakes.
Frontenac offense up the line of scrimmage, and running play is going to go absolutely nowhere. Whithune on the carry actually lost yardage. 7:07 to go in our ball game. Frontenac enjoying a 21-0 lead.
Honestly, with the 21-0 lead, you don't have to throw the ball. I mean, the clock is literally you just need the clock to expire.
Yeah. I'll be a little surprised if they do put the ball in the air and they do a toss play to the near side. Whithune has it and gets into Viking territory down to around the 45. It'll be 3rd and long coming up. Nose of the ball just shy of the Viking 44. 6:18 and counting in our ball game. Raiders leading the Vikings 21-0. Which was our halftime score. Now Frontenac up to the line of scrimmage. Clock goes under 6 minutes. 3rd and 8. And they do want to throw. Oh, and a big hit.
Summers again?
My goodness. Quarterback took a licking on that play.
Yeah, Braylon Summers.
Summers has just had a huge night for the Vikings on the defensive side of the ball. In fact, he even hurt himself a little bit.
Yeah.
They're going to put him down for a little bit, make sure that he's okay. It certainly looked like the quarterback got the worst of that, but he was very wobbly, and the coaching staff ran out and said, hey, just get down on the ground. And so
yeah, give that defense a little bit of a break, especially on a 4th and 14.
Yeah.
So definitely smart by the coaching staff to to recognize that, because if he runs off the field, then they get a quick play out there, and they could do some trickery and pick up that first down.
5:26 to go in the game. 21-0 Raiders, and fortunately Summers is going to be okay. He's helped up and will walk off under his own power. But, man, he has played one heck of a game tonight for the Vikings.
Yeah, he had a really good game the night that they carried him off. Was you here that night when they carried him off the field? It was so weird.
I don't believe
it was
I
like 6 guys carried him off the field, like he was laying flat, and they carried him off like he was on a stretcher, but there was no stretcher.
Here's a punt. It's a good kick, fielded by Schultz at about the 22. Schultz comes to the near side, 30, 35, 40.
Oh!
And possibly horse collared.
Oh!
I couldn't tell if it was a horse collar or not. I
think it's just a shoulder tackle.
Yeah, I think it was probably clean. Nice return and a big hit over on the sideline.
Yeah, it was a good return by Schultz.
Vikes will have it 1st and 10 from around their own 43. Make it their 42, I think.
Yeah, the white hat was over there talking to the side judge.
Yeah.
I think he might have thrown a flag. Or was that the football that was laying on the ground? I think it was just the football. No, they're gonna walk it off.
Yep. So they did go ahead and call the horse collar, and it's a 15-yard mark off from the end of the run. So this will be the best field position the Vikings have enjoyed all night. They will have it 1st and 10 from the front neck 43.
Yeah, this white hat ref, Scott, is very good. We've had him quite a few times at games here at Marvel Park, and every time he's been here, he's done a great job.
So here we go. 1st down. Vikes
little
with a little trickery. Oh, and Schultz gets hit. Oh. It's going to be intercepted.
Dang it.
Wow.
And that was Jaden Houghton, I think, that got an arm in there on Schultz.
They just blew that play up. The Raider defense did. The Vikings, for those of you who don't have the watching on the live stream, they pitched it back to Schultz, and then he was going to pass it, but he never got a chance. His arm hit as he threw, and then it was just a wounded duck and an easy interception for the Raiders.
Well, I would say it's going to be a run play.
I agree. 1st and 10 from their own 37. Fullback has it and falls forward across the 40 to about the 41 on 1st down. We go under 5 minutes. Frontenac leading this one 21-0. Very easy to see why this Raider team does not give up very many points. They milk the clock on offense, and then their defense is just about as sound as it can be. 2nd and 6 for the Raiders. Looks like they still have all their starters out on the field. Smith takes the snap, gives it to Whithune. The stiff arm, he gets close to the 1st down marker. He's going to be about a yard short.
We're off the air. Hey, are we off?
So I think we're having some issues.
All right, sorry.
With the radio stream.
We'll call back in. All right, bye.
Looks like we lost our radio feed.
All right.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we got our radio feed up and running again, and it is 3rd and 2 for the Raiders. Murphy has it. Nope, take that back. Quarterback keeper, haven't seen that in a while, and he has the first down right at midfield. 3:17 to go in our ball game. First down for the Raiders as they cross midfield into Viking territory. They have it 1st and 10 from the 49. You know, you haven't heard, big crowd tonight, Tony, but not a lot of crowd noise because there haven't been any big plays.
No, it really hasn't, either side.
3 touchdowns on short runs by Frontenac. There's been a few turnovers. And other than that, crowd relatively quiet. Whithune on the first down carry has a short gain.
Yeah, Wayne just texted and said that Labette County was up 16-6 on Fort Scott, but now it's 16-14 at Fort Scott.
Pretty good ball game.
Yeah.
Frontenac continues to be very deliberate on offense. 2:15 to go.
Yeah, one more first down, Scott. I think this game's over.
Yep. One more first down, and they'll be able to go into the so-called victory formation. Running play right up the middle and hit hard. Whithune down to about the 44 of the Vikings as we go down to minute 55. 21-0. Boy, the Vikings, Tony, not only are they going to get shut out tonight, they never even came close.
No, we never got within the 40.
So,
yeah. Just a tough, stingy defense by the Raiders. Wow.
Raiders continue to let that clock run down. Minute and a half to go in our ball game. Smith under center with a minute 20. 3rd and 6 from the Viking 45. They give it to the fullback
Murphy,
and he gets a 2 or 3 yards. So 4th down play coming up. That snap will not take place until under a minute to play in our game. Again, it's a Thursday night game next week in Neodesha Shea. That'll be, I don't ever remember playing Neodesha Shea in the past. Is it the
Blue Streaks?
I believe so.
Yeah. I can never remember playing them whenever I was in high school, so I mean, not that I've ever remembered us ever playing Neodesha Shea. We did play Cherryville a couple of years ago, and they're, I think, in a similar league.
Yeah. Or I think so.
Or whatever with them. So, I mean, it's not uncommon, I guess, when we're at the 3A level to play some schools, like Cherryville or Caney Valley. But yeah, Neodesha Shea, I'm looking forward to it, actually.
Frontenac went ahead and called a timeout with 24 seconds to go in the game, so I'll say thank you one last time to our sponsors bringing you Viking football in 2024. Thank you to Labette Health, Woodworth Enterprises, Tank Connection, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, also Commercial Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Doctors Newland, Gilmore, and Ray, Labette Bank, Bartlett Co-op, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, Community National Bank, Wood Insurance Center, Strategic Partners, Roy's Auto Service, Bowen Pharmacy, Parsons Educational Foundation, Parsons District Schools, Snyder Lawn Care, Olson Ace Hardware, SCK Orthopedic, Doctors Mosier and Meister, Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, and Clemens Insurance Agency. And on the 4th down play, it is going to be a first down for the Raiders, and that will be our final play. They'll stop the clock momentarily just to move the chains, and then they'll wind the clock, and our final score will be Frontenac 21 and Parsons 0. The Raiders move to 5-0 on the season, and the Vikings drop to 1-4. We'll take a 2-minute break, and then we'll be back with the Bowen Pharmacy postgame show. You're listening to Viking football on V93.